Morning YouTube, Beanham Homebrew here again. Hopefully you can hear me. Just a quick one about the water treatment. I've done one, didn't know how to do it. Done a bit of digging around and I've actually managed to find a guy that's used it before. So yeah, he kindly sent me an email, gave me some advice how to use it. So I've now managed to work out my total hardness and basically what AMS I need to put into it. Apparently, if you go on this company's website, you can actually send a litre of your water away and they will give you a full report, and basically they'll tell you how much of this to use and how much of where are we? That to use, which the guy told me, but because I'd already bought the kit, and I said to him, I'd like to find out. My water board told me it was 285 parts per million. When we worked it out, it actually worked out at 251 parts per million. So with the stuff that's supplied, you get obviously this KH and KH. That's a blue, and apparently you get obviously 2 syringes. It says in the instructions how to do it. Basically you do 4 ml out of a litre of water into the thing, add 4 drops of the blue dye, then you have to put the pink thing on the end of this syringe and pull up all the way up to the 0.1 milliliter. When the black section, hopefully you can see that, is up to there. And then basically you do drop, 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 keep shaking it, drop, drop, from blue to a reddish pink. And then on mine, I got to basically there, which was the whole syringe. But it says, and it had turned pink. Sorry, I do it. Apologies. It actually went to there. So they say then you read off of the top part of the black scale on the plunger. Then you go to obviously the paperwork. You can't see that too well. You go down the corresponding table, go all the way across, and apparently that figure there, you times it by 50. So that's what I've done. So the first one, without it going through the filters, came up to 251 parts per million. Now the filters I'm using are just to get rid of the scum and bits and bobs in there, so I wasn't expecting it to drop the hardness. So I've done the first one like obviously that, and it gave me the parts per million of 251. Then I've done it through the filters. It come to 239 parts per million. And then apparently you divide that by 1.16 milliliters, because apparently that's how much of this you have to use per litre, and that gave me my figure. So for 20 litres I need 22 mil, and for 40 litres basically 44 mil. And then on the other formula I'd need 23.2 milliliter and 46.4. So I'm running it through the filter because it gets rid of this, because I'm on like the end of the line or whatever for the water. I get a lot of bits and stuff come through, and if you pour just it straight out of the tap, you can see bits and bobs in there. So I just run it through a charcoal and another filter. So as I say, it's not changed the parts per million, but yeah, if anyone's bought that, I thought it was quite interesting to find out. So there, mine's 251 opposed to them saying 285. I have just had a letter to say they're going to be flushing the lines in the next few weeks, so I maybe might do it again just to see whether it changes. So yeah, that's basically it. I now know, so I can obviously apply and use this accordingly. But yeah, if people don't, I might actually maybe send off and see whether I'm doing it right. But apparently when they send it back, they tell you exactly how much of this to use, and exactly how much of that to use. The guys told me basically that is basically 2 tablespoons in the mash tun with the dry stuff, sort of mix it up before you actually add the water to it. So I'm going to be giving that a whirl. Bye for now.